So I'm saying that in order to experience self-transcendence in suffering, it involves three steps: acceptance, engagement, and transformation. And Carl Rogers, the famous Carl Rogers, again, this is paradox. When I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. So many people are willfully blind to who they really are. Their life is a mess, but they pretend everything's great. The moment we accept ourselves as a broken person who need help, and then we are taking the first step to a change. The second step is engagement, okay? We're constantly engaged in an inner battle between good and evil, between the ego and the soul. We're constantly engaged in navigating a balance between two opposites. And to get rid of this is a nuisance. And moving on. Okay, the final point, self-transcendence is focused on transformation. More importantly, it talks about spiritual transformation. Now, you don't have to be religious to experience spiritual transformation. We'll talk about that more later on. That means we have to replace our old self-identity, our old self-destructive habits with new ones. New ones of helping other people, new ones of constantly learning, improving ourselves, and exploration. Now, here's another way to look at self-transcendence. Self-transcendence is a process of personal growth and life development. Now, you might not be able to see it, but you can go home and pull it up and see for yourself. In every stage of development, like Erickson said, that there is a challenge. So I'm not going to step one step further. I'm saying that in every stage of life development, there is an existential crisis. For example, as infancy, the crisis of abandonment, fear of being abandoned by a mother. So that is resolved through secure attachment that the infant had to learn that even though mommy is away for some time, but mommy always come back. See? That is the first important lesson in life. You can't have mommy all the time. You cannot optimize everything. You learn to tolerate the absence of your mother. So you learn to, even as an infant, to develop a working model of the world. The infant will learn that, yeah, we learn to entertain ourselves by sucking the thumb, by sucking the blanket. Mom will come back. So on and so forth. In every stage, they're always involving a balance between egotistic demand and consideration other people need and the need for other people. That we have to learn that we are not a separate individual. We are inextricably linked to other people's well-being. So properly developed person will learn from childhood, the life is not just about me. It's also about other people's well-being. So therefore, so much well-being research is wrong by just focus on me as an individual. So here is a simplified chart about the transcendental life. The transcendental life has 4 parts. First of all, is the connected life, is the receiving life, is a responsible life, is a creative life. Now, this each level involves 3 virtues of needs. Now, for example, the connected life is a golden triangle. Connected with God, our nature, our by faith. Connected with other people, love. Connected with our future goal or plan, hope, agency. So my friend at York read a report of duality of human nature. He talked about agency, communion. But he also recognized, importantly, the spirituality. That's a 3-part composition of personality, of personhood. You cannot just have hope and love, or agency and communion, and without the top part. Okay? So faith makes all things possible. Believe in yourself, even if you don't believe in God. Hope makes all things brighter. Believe in your future. You are responsible for creating your future. Love connects us all together. We're isolated because we don't know how to love anymore. The other triangle is the resilient life. The resilient life is the other part of the transcendent life. We need to have courage to face the dark side of life. We need courage to face uncertainty. We need courage to explore new territory, to learn new things and new ideas. We need to accept what cannot be changed, what cannot be avoided. And then finally, we need to transform suffering into strength through meaning. Why? You will have the golden triangle, you can have iron triangle, and nobody can stop you. Okay? And in between, we have the executive triangle. That's your brain. Man, you got a brain. Use it. Self-control, control your impulse, your reflex impulse. Self-determination, you are responsible for making the right choice. I don't care whether you be doing free will or not free will. In order to live in this world, you are responsible. You're free to make choices, but you are not free for the consequences. So you have to make sure that you make the right choice, because you will reap what you sow. So awareness, we're highly aware that sadly we are a work in progress. We always need improvement. I still have many defects, and my wife can point it out. My sister can point it out. Nobody's perfect. So it's okay not to be perfect. Well, that is a beautiful part. The creative triangle. So this explains how you can become original. And Bob Emmons earlier mentioned about a good researcher, a great researcher is always original. And how to be original, you have to be desperate because nobody wants you. Nobody wants my idea. So I'm desperate. I say, how I improve my idea? How may I make my idea? How I get across my idea? So because I'm desperate to get my message across, so I constantly improve it. So I developed the deep and wide hypothesis that the more failure I have, the deeper I dig. The deeper and wider I dig until I find new well, until I find new gold, the hidden treasures. And the imagination. I said, God, how can I find an answer? Help me to imagine a better future, a better education. How can I reimagine a better system of education? Reimagine a better government? Reimagine a better organization? It's so a desperation, so my prayer for wisdom, for imagination, for insight. So that's why I have new ideas every week. Not because I'm smart, because I'm desperation. So you want to be, if I'm successful early on in life, I will not be so creative. My creativity can be attributed to my long, many years of failure and rejection by other people. So another way to look at the 12 rules of spiritual transformation, or the 4 dimensions of the transcendental life, in terms of inverted pyramid. Okay. First of all, we need to have a supporting society, a supporting parents, which work as servant leaders. You will have a supporting environment, we're more likely to develop fully. The first part is the most basic. We got to learn to connect with people, connect with ourselves, connect with nature. The second step is that, difficulty, fear not, develop resilience. The third thing is that whatever you're doing, you're responsible. Knowing what you're responsible, you're accountable for your action, for your words. And lastly, when you're desperate, when you're suffering, when nobody help, pray, imagine, dig deep. Then you come up with creative idea. A creativity that the world needs more creative people. So the whole thing can be summarized in this chart. In everyday life, you can have a sense of awe, a sense of joy. The last point, the unspeakable joy of losing ourselves to become something greater. So facing nature and creator. Now, if you are not a believer, a religious person, do not be worried. See, here is a very religious person speaking, Karen Armstrong. She said, don't worry. She's a Catholic herself. But if you don't have a religious faith, don't worry. Religion is like art. Religion is an imaginative, creative force. to help you find meaning and value in life. Okay? So I hope that Harvard's uh, new human flourishing program is interested in studying flourishing through suffering. I hope more researchers, I hope Todd will help us and Tim will help us. We can all do this so that the suffering people can have the same opportunity of finding meaning and happiness, which is the mission of my life. Thank you for your attention. If you want my PowerPoint, sign in my thing. So I'm done, finished.